What karma means, one thing is it's become part of… the word has become part of the English lexicon, everybody is using it. I hear this word in the movies, in the television shows, everywhere everybody is talking about karma. But when I really looked at it, I saw that most people in the West understand karma as some kind of a reward and punishment kind of game. There is a ledger up in the sky which is keeping account of all your sins and virtues, and you will be paid back either positively or negatively, or either here or when you go up there, wherever you go. So, I thought that we should bring a proper perspective to this because karma is the most dynamic way to exist, in the sense, karma literally means action. So what we mean by saying, my life is my karma is, we are saying that my life is my making. Probably India, or not probably, really we are the only culture in the world which has propagated this, that your life is your making. There is no divine manager up there managing your life. This is fundamentally the Indian ethos. But people, in the name of being managed from up in the sky, we're always been looking up, saying that guidance will come, this will happen, that will happen. But people who claimed such guidance have always done terrible and horrendous things on the planet in many different ways. So I'm not trying to talk for or against anything, all I'm saying is, karma is essentially about moving the controls of your life from up in the sky to within yourself, all aspects of life. So right now, your experience of life is 100% determined by you, in the sense, see, your experience of life is in the form of body, your mind, your emotions and how your energies behave and your chemistry behaves within you. And another thing is the sociological part of it, the society, the relationships, well, the financial structures around us, how they're in themselves. So these first four dimensions, which account for our health and pleasure in the body, our peacefulness and joyfulness in our mind, our love and compassion in our hearts, our blissfulness and our nature and our states of ecstasy within ourselves, which is our life energy, all these four aspects or dimensions of life are 100% in our hands. Only the social, financial, national, international situations are not absolutely in our hands. We have a small piece to play as individual people, but there are so many forces. It is a question of skill, commitment, willing to invest your life, and above all, the times in which we exist. What we can do in the world is largely determined by the times, not just by you and me. We may want something, but only if at certain times of history can we make certain things happen, certain other times we can't make those things happen. So having said that, if you take this as five components of life, four, which is 80% of life, fundamentally 100% of experiential dimension of life is absolutely in our hands. But unfortunately, most people are allowing outside situations to shape their experience of life. Right now I am peaceful, I am happy, I am joyful, I am blissful. This must be determined by me, but somebody else is determining this. So I know in this country, race, religion, slavery, all these things have been big issues and still continue to be even today. See, when somebody determines how you should live, what you should do, what you should wear, what you should eat, this is considered slavery. But when somebody else can determine whether you are happy or unhappy, isn't this the worst form of slavery? So this slavery, large part of humanity has fallen into, that something or somebody will determine. Well, for example, if you take United States, this is the most affluent nation on the planet for whatever reasons. So instead of seeing what is right, what is wrong, are we doing the right thing or the wrong thing, that is not… I don't want to dissect this in a moral context, but experientially if you look at it, the rest of the world thinks right now a whole lot of people in the world are not planning to go to heaven, believe me. That heaven dream is largely gone in the world except in a few very hardcore cases. Everybody else has given up heaven, they want to go to United States. I'm saying in their mind, this is heaven. But look at the people in United States. Every day in any city, for example, Los Angeles is a wealthy city, as wealthy as it can be. Now everybody is driving their dream machines on the street. How many are driving these dream machines very joyfully? Only the guy who's stolen the car is driving joyfully, everybody else is driving with stressed out faces. So I'm saying just fixing one aspect of life is not going to complete our life. It's very important. Our body, our mind, our emotions and our energies are taking instructions from us, not from somewhere else, not in reaction to life around us. So essentially, karma means moving life from compulsive reaction to conscious action.